Hi Capricorn, welcome to your week ahead taroscope with me, Raphael from Radiant Reality. It's an absolute pleasure to have you. Thank you so much for being here. Thank you so much for joining me. Quick note, these are for your sun, moon and ascendant sign. Check them out for all three so that you know which part of you I resonate with most as a reader. Remember, they're general readings, not everything's going to resonate with everybody. Before we start, as always, I would like to bless my decks of cards with all forms of love, light, peace, prosperity and abundance, and I pray that the messages that come through are ultimately clear and concise and they help you on your path to your highest vibrational good. If you are a continued subby, you know Rafi loves ya, and if you're new to my channel, please don't forget to like, share, and if you should so choose and it resonates, hit the subscribe button for your... Wow, okay. So the Magician card is your key to the week this week. This week you are rising up the ranks, my dear Capricorn. You wouldn't have it any other way, of course, but it's so crazy to me that this has happened, right? Because I think it's like 4 or 5, maybe even more of the signs this week have had Mercury had the Magician card show up as their key to the week. And obviously, a big part of the reason I think this is happening is one, obviously, I'm quite attuned to what's happening with the planets because I'm always keeping an eye on it. So the planets are obviously acting through me. That's one way that this could show up. But also, it's also because today, as we're talking, the Sun is conjunct Mercury. So we've got a Mercury Cazimi going on. So Mercury is a highlighted player of this moment of which I'm reading the cards. So very, very interesting. Now, in all of these different areas of life, the message behind the Magician is you have everything that you need at your disposal at this moment in time to succeed, right? Whatever it is that you're hoping to do, planning to do, whichever direction you want to go in, do not worry, do not panic. You have everything that you need already at your disposal. You don't have to add anything to it in order for you to find advancement and success. For your actions and options this week, you've got the Page of Cups. There's a lot of soul searching going on this week, my dear Capricorns. I think that there's going to be a lot of you going through your mind, you know, clearing out the mental filing cabinet, as it were. But not just on the mind level. This is you really going through the process of starting to understand where it is that you've been people pleasing, where it is that you've given away your power, where it is that your emotions or how you feel for people has basically let other people take advantage of you. This is a moment of really sort of self-honesty where you're really digging into your feelings to say, actually, this is out of balance, this is out of whack, this is out of focus. What this also suggests to me, because it's the Page of Cups, this is either an idea or a creative endeavor that you have probably ignored because it doesn't seem to have real world, what's the word? Not consequences. It doesn't seem to have real world application. I think this week you might be pleasantly surprised if you allow your imagination to wander. For your communications and conversations, you've got the Queen of Cups. So Queen of Cups usually shows up as a water sign woman, Pisces, Cancer, Scorpio, but the Queen of Cups is the archetypal mother and wife. Whether you're a man or a woman, irrelevant. This is effectively meaning that this week you need to nurture and nourish your emotional connections and relationships. And it also means that your relationship with your mother, the most important woman in your life, or like an aunt or someone that's like a, you know, mother from a different, you know, I know you say like a sister from another mister or whatever, but there's an element of this where there's a reconnection that needs to happen with a mother figure, an important woman in your life. This could be an aunt, it could be a great aunt, it could be a sister, you know, like, it doesn't matter who it is, but it's a feminine influence in your life that really does need to be reconnected with in some regard. Now, when it comes to those of you that are studying or in some form of academia, your Queen of Cups is giving you, or not even giving you, the Queen of Cups is saying that this week it's likely that your studies, that's where you're finding nourishment, that's where you're finding nurturing. And with this Page of Cups, it's like your imagination is very fertile at the moment, but maybe you're not giving it enough time and scope to really sort of expand because you're saying, well, that doesn't have real world application. What if it does and you just need to shift your focus in order to see it? For those of you that are employed by somebody else, watch out for the feels this week, all right? Because you might be so in your feelings that when it comes to work, again, you allow somebody to kind of either manipulate you or maneuver you in a way that, you know, is not necessarily healthy, or actually that sees them having the upper hand or the advantage. If you are a business owner, entrepreneur, solopreneur, a person that works for themselves, the Queen of Cups is asking you to nurture and nourish your business, but it's also asking you to give free rein to the inner child, to use your imagination or your creative ideas and endeavors so that you can, you know, continue to sort of demonstrate this top spot. In a lot of ways, you have something to say, quite frankly, that isn't being heard, right? And how you feel about something on a deeply emotional level is what needs to be communicated at this moment in time. For those of you that are retired and no longer working for any reason, same message, right? Don't allow money, the profession, the heartstrings, or even the partner to pull on those heartstrings, because what you're being invited to consider at the moment is where you are unfulfilled, and more importantly, what you're prepared or willing or able to do about it. For your love and relations, you've got the Hermit card, so a general air and feeling of kind of feeling like you're on your own. It's like me against the world or me against the mountain, even within a relationship. So if you're partnered, married, or in a long-term commitment, a mother figure could help you figure out sort of what's wrong. So using a family member or a loved one as a sounding board. It also, you know, speaks to this idea of feeling like you're alone within your relationship. And like, quite frankly, what's the point? Right? If you're married, partnered, if you've been with your partner for a long time and it feels like you're on your own in the relationship, I don't know about anybody else, but I'm the sort of person, I would much rather be on my own and be lonely than be with somebody and still be fucking lonely. Like, that doesn't make any sense to me whatsoever. For those of you that are single and looking, this, I mean, there's a double hit of mercurial energy here because the Hermit card is Virgo ruled. There is a chance this week that you pull back, right? That you really, there's a lot of soul searching this week. That's what I felt straight away from the Page of Cups, and I feel even more so now, especially with the Hermit here. There's a lot of soul searching. What actually do I want? What what does the future look like for me, whether I'm partnered, married, or single, whatever the case might be? Like, what do I want from my life? How much of that am I actually getting at this moment in time? And what am I prepared to do about it? This is kind of the message here, right? And this is what you're being encouraged to find out this week. So this whole magician energy of saying, you have everything that you need. You do have everything that you need, but you need to work that out for yourself. It's all well and good me sitting here telling you that until you realize it by searching through your feelings and asking yourself, what is actually blocking me from having access to this magicianary badass self that is within me? What else can anybody else do, right? Now, if just to mention, on the 18th of the month, my tarot course is open for enrollment until the 30th. This is the last time I will teach this course this year because I've got other things that I want to bring you this year, so stay tuned for that. It'll be up on my socials and all the rest of it over the course of the next week, so stay tuned. With that, for your money and materials, you've got the Page of Wands. So 2 pages represents the energy of disquiet. Finance is causing a problem at this moment in time. Money, finances, resources is showing up as a problem or as an issue, potentially as a challenge point for you in some regard. But with the Page of Wands, with the Magician card, there is some very welcome news coming in around money, around finances, potentially even around the working situation. When it comes to your physical health and vitality, the Page of Wands, forget your health. Well, obviously not forget your health, but this isn't a week to focus so much on health. It's a week to focus on pleasure. This is about finding joy and pleasure in the small moments, in the small things, in the things that don't necessarily cost money, but still bring joy and pleasure and, life affirming energies in regardless. When it comes to your home and environment, the Page of Wands, this is an important piece of mail that will show up this week. An important piece of mail, an important document of some sort. It's likely to lead to a very important conversation, but what I'm seeing here is an actual physical, tangible letter. It's a document, a letter, something that has a very official stamp to it, as opposed to just like an email. All right. All in all, it's not a bad week. I think it's just a very reflective week. With that said, let me know in the comments how it shapes up. Take care, and I'll see you soon.